What's good, YouTube? I have a brand new Firey reverse reaction video for you. We are covering Assassin's Creed Shadows. Let's get into it. In Japan, 1579, the country is on a brutal path toward unification driven by the iron will of Daimyo Oda Nikobanga. Unrest grows as new coalitions appear and corruptive foreigners infiltrate the land. After the brutal invasion of peaceful promise of Iga, a young shinobi embarks on a journey to fulfill an impossible promise, while a legendary samurai finds new purpose confronting the demise and demons of his past. In Assassin's Creed Shadows, you will live in intertwined stories of Neo, an adept shinobi assassin from Iga province, and Yosaki, the historical legend, against the backdrop of the turbulent late Shigagu period. This remarkable duo will discover their common destiny as they usher in a new era for Japan. Enter the captivating and ever-changing world of feudal Japan. The unification of Japan is a very fascinating period to explore, an occasion to meet the legendary historical figures such as Oda Nikobanga or Akechi Mitsuhide. The development put authenticity at the heart of their world creation by involving external experts, historians, and consultants, and internal co-workers from Ubisoft, Osaka, and Tokyo. Become a shinobi assassin and a legendary samurai. Yosaki and Neo offer at the same time a completely different gameplay experience and two different perspectives on this troubled period of Japan. Ubisoft Quebec is the dev team working on this major opus. With their experience on Assassin's Creed, their Savior Fair, and the support of the co-dev studio, they're primed to deliver an engaging and memorable experience. So make sure you go check out the CGI trailer for Assassin's Creed Shadows, as well as pre-order the game when it drops on November 15th. Let's go into a little bit deeper of our two protagonists. Neo is the assassin shinobi. She comes from the remote mountain province of Iga in Japan, the birthplace of the shinobi. Her father, Fujibushi Nagato, trained her to fight and tried to instill in her the values of valor, wisdom, and benevolence, with varying degrees of success. These values are challenged when the great and brutal Daimyo Oda Nikobanga invades their home. Fujibushi Nagato also instills in her a hatred for this tyrant, the antithesis of everything they stand for. Yosaki is the iconic samurai. He was a real person who was likely born in the Mezzobanki, taken by the Portuguese as a child slave, raised and trained as a warrior, and eventually came to Japan in the service of Jesuit missionaries. The first African Oda Nikobanga encountered, Yosaki impressed the great Daimyo with his physical prowess, artistic appreciation, and ability to speak Japanese. Nikobanga in turn made Yosaki a samurai in his service. In our story, Yosaki had other reasons for coming to Japan, tied to the narrative of the game, which we will get more details about his background later, I'm assuming, as the gameplay and all that stuff drops as it get closer to the game. The first image is of Iga province. Neo is a farmer warrior from there. This is a real place in Japan, isolated in the mountains, and several shinobis came from there. I think this is kind of dope that they're showing us that this is like an actual place that's being represented in the game. The next image is the troops of Oda Nikobanga. In 1579, there was the first attack on Iga by this clan, and in 1581, they end up attacking again, and this attack was more violent on this particular province that ended up crushing this whole area. The next image is the Japanese proverb, which states, "You're still a frog in a well who knows nothing of the sea." It resonates with both of their journeys as they will open their eyes. Things are not necessarily what they seem, and that's what will unite Neo and Yosaki into something bigger, which we'll get to see when we find out the full story of the game when it drops. The next image is Yasake. This is a big port in Japan, and the ships shown are Portuguese ships, a version of the black ships or a lot of the merchant ships that were coming in and out of Japan at this point. Most of them came from Nagasaki, but for the sake of the trailer, it's happening in Sakai. The next image is Oba Nikobanga. This historical figure is one of the great three main unifiers of Japan. He had deep relationships with the Portuguese through trade. He is an incredibly powerful figure at this time. And then we probably end up being the main boss that we have to fight in the game. I know it is. Next image is Yasaki's arrival in Japan. Among speculations, the most common story is Yasake when he came in a couple of years before the sequence and learned Japanese quite fast. Being fluent with a great knowledge of the Japanese culture, Yasake was the first African man Oba had ever seen, and this latter was impressed by his stature and Japanese skills. He asked him to stay with him. So that's how he became part of his Oba's group. The next image is the troops of Oba Nikobanga. This is a battle between the Oba clan and another rival clan as a big part of the reunification. All moves shown in the trailer are moves directly taken from the gameplay. In the next image, we have Neo's grappling hook. This is a new tool very useful for stealth. It allows her to climb over walls that you cannot climb with Yasake or without the hook. It offers different paths for Neo when finding hook points in the game. She can navigate much faster in the open world. That's going to be kind of cool to see. Next image is a dynamic world and destruction. Both characters can destroy a large amount of props in the game. While Yasake can break through the Saji doors, Neo can assassinate people through them. Wow, that is kind of cool. Next image is a hidden blade. It can come out as a regular hidden blade, but Neo can also extrude the second portion and flip it so that she has a dual wield using a second weapon called a Tonto. I think I like that. I like how she can flip her weapons. It's going to give versatility to her playstyle. And that is the breakdown of the trailer with the images that have been that we've focused on and look at and give a description on. I hope you guys are ready to check out this game, because I'm ready to see what the story, especially the story, how they can tie all of this together and how immersive the story is going to feel, as well as the gameplay. So make sure, guys, you hit that subscribe button, leave a like for your girl. Let me know in the comments if you are looking forward to this game as well, and I'll catch you all later.